Okay, y'all, I know I'm late, but I'm here. Okay, so I get a phone call from his family, right? So they're trying to see what had happened, what's going on, and they was like, they was figuring ready to bond him out or whatever. And they was like, please don't, are you planning to press charges, or like what y'all gonna do because y'all keep going through all this or whatever. I was just like, I won't press charges if he don't keep coming over here with that BS or whatever. Like, he got to learn to stop putting his hands on me and all this stuff. So they was like, all right, we'll talk to him. So I'm like, okay, cool. So we get off the phone. A couple days go by, he calls me. He like, hey, you put me on child support? And I'm like, oh, you got your letter? He was like, yeah, I didn't get it, but they had signed for it and they just gave it to me or whatever. And I'm like, who? And he was saying the people that he stayed with. So he got his child support letter in the mail. He was just like, I don't understand why you put me on child support. I know I ain't been helping, but I've been having a hard time finding a job or whatever. And I'm willing to, you know, like, help you when you need something, when you need a babysitter or whatever. But just don't put me on child support. So I was like, okay, cool. But I don't know them people that you around. So I mean, you gonna be able to come pick them up or whatever? He was like, I mean, I ain't really got a car or nothing. He was saying his homeboy mama girlfriend name, but I don't remember her name, so I can't even tell you if I did remember. But anywho, I ain't name dropping. So he was just like, he could get her car and he'll be able to come pick the kids up or whatever. And I was just like, okay, cool, because I'm real like, you know, iffy on my points or whatever, because I've been having to miss work because I don't have no babysitter, and it's really, really hard doing this by myself. When my babysitter is busy, I don't have no sitter for my mandated Saturdays at work. He was always, oh, I got you. We still on the phone, y'all. He started talking to me, asking me how I've been, how everything been. And then he was like, man, I really apologize about, you know, how everything has been going. I just feel like you mine. And I don't like the fact that you talking to other dudes and, you know, giving my away and all this stuff. And I'm like, it's not yours, it's mine. Like, it's mine. He was like, nah, that's always gonna be mine. It's always gonna be mine. And I don't understand why you feel like you not mine. Like, I don't understand that. So I'm just like, I'm thinking this cute. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I'm just like, this nigga really love me, y'all. So I was just like, you just need to stop putting your hands on me. If you stop putting your hands on me, then we probably could work. Like, if we just be friends, we can date or whatever, but you got to show me that you're not going to put your hands on me and that you're going to respect me as a mother of your children. He was like, I can do that. So when you going to let me see you? So, y'all, we start dating. Okay, so, y'all, we dating or whatever. It's going to be Easter. Easter was in April this particular year. So, we go to 2 hours away to his home, to where all his family live at, and his cousin is my oldest child godmom. So we go to my oldest child godmama house. She hosting Easter or whatever. So we over there. He drops me and the kids off. He say he want to go see his boys before we get ready to leave. So he there for about 30 minutes and he leaves. And then I'm calling his phone. He not answering. I'm calling his phone. He's still not answering. So I'm just like, whatever. I wasn't even finna, you know, get into that. So I'm just occupying my time. I'm spending time with my son's godmother, which is his boy cousin wife. So I'm talking to her, whatever. We chopping it up, we catching up. And then it was getting late, and I'm just like calling him like, bro, I'm ready to go. What time we leaving or whatever. So he finally comes and he picks us up, and we go back to Atlanta. So we get back to Atlanta or whatever. I had to go to work the next day, so I'm getting ready for work. He watching the kids. I didn't have to use my auntie no more for a babysitter, so that was cool. I get ready for work. He drops me off at work, and he got the kids at home. So he's still looking for a job. He ain't found no job yet, but it's cool. I make enough money to take care of what I need to take care of. So then he liked to smoke as well. So I had a plug, but my plug was my homeboy. He was like my best friend, but he worked with me. So I'm still texting him. I'm still hitting him up. We still kicking it, whatever. But I didn't let my baby daddy know because we're just dating. You know what I'm saying? We're not together officially. We're just dating. So why did that matter? So I had got off early, whatever. He come to pick me up, but I was outside and I was like, bye, Brandon or whatever. So he sees me saying bye to this dude. He like, oh, I'm like, I'm his lead. So. And he my friend. Yeah, I was talking to him, but no, it ain't nothing like that. It ain't never been nothing like that. We just cool. Like, he got a girlfriend and everything. We just cool. And he was like, oh, all right. So we get back to my apartment And his phone going off like crazy. One of the girls he was just talking to me about, like, when we got back together, we was dating, we was telling each other like everything. So he told me all the girls he messed with. So these girls are still calling his phone. I don't talk to nobody because I had done cut him off before, because I was just like, what am I doing this for? You know what I'm saying? So I'm still texting my plug though, my best friend, my friend. I'm still texting him. So oh y'all, my stomach hurt. Hold on. Okay, so he's staying at my apartment, right? And he was sleeping on the couch, I was sleeping on the bed. So we hadn't got into it. It wasn't like too much, but he did, like, you know, slam his hand on my wall or whatever, like trying to prove a point. And I'm just like, you do too much. Like, this is why I can't be with you. This is why I don't want to deal with you or whatever. So I'm in my room, I'm laying in the bed, I'm on my phone. He comes, snatches my phone out of my hand and starts like he starts kissing me or whatever. So I'm like, what you doing, Star? What you doing, Star? He was like, man, you mind. Whoever you texting, tell them leave you alone. Tell them stop messing with you. Tell them that you mind. Tell them you mind. I'm like, I'm not sure. So y'all, he proceeds to do what he good at, that mouth work. So y'all, he got me. He was like, say you mine, say you mine. I'm like, I'm yours. So he got me, y'all. So I'm like, okay, I'm yours, right? So he slept in the bed with me that night, and we cuddling and we booed up and all this stuff. I'm taking pictures. I'm on Snapchat and I'm recording because the girls who he was messing with had done started following me and started watching my stuff. So I'm posting stuff. I'm posting it. So I guess while I was at work the next day, they said something to him about it. I don't know. Never got clarity on that, y'all. Never got clarity on that to this day. But it really don't matter no more to me because they ain't my man. But anywho, so I guess they had a conversation while I was at work or whatever. I don't know. But when I came home, I drove myself to work that day. And I had stopped and I got me like a little shirt and some pants and some glasses to wear to work. So he was like, what's that in your hand? I was like, I had went to TJ Maxx on my way to work or whatever. So he like, oh, you trying to look good for them at work? You trying to look good for them at work? And I'm like, nah, I'm a lead. I always have to look good. I do this. So he like, nah, you trying to look good for me at work. And I'm like, what's up with you? What you got going on? You was just all lovey-dovey yesterday, and I said you on this. What's going on? He's like, nah, you be doing too much. You be doing all that posting, all this extra stuff you be doing. You posting me and all this stuff. I'm like, so I can't post you? He was like, man, like we ain't even gotta be doing all that. You trying to be like everybody else. You trying to be like everybody else on the internet. We ain't even on that. I don't even understand. I said, if we're not on that, why are you in my bed? Why are you at my apartment? Why are you here? He was like, what you mean while I'm here? So, matter of fact, let me see your phone. So he snatches my phone out my hand, and I'm trying to snatch it back. He shatters my phone, y'all. Shatters my phone completely. So I'm mad. I'm crying. I'm trying to figure out, like, I'm scared. I'm thinking he finna beat. I didn't know if he was finna put his hands on me after that. So I leave. I go outside. I'm hiding, y'all. I'm hiding. I really was finna get in my car and leave, but he had took my car keys, so I was hiding because I was thinking he was finna do something to me. So he was like, man, come in the house, man. Anybody can do nothing to you. Come in the house or whatever. So I come in the house, and he was like, I don't even think we need to even be together. I just sleep on the couch. You sleep in your room or whatever. And I'm just like, so you choosing them over me? You choosing them over me, but you staying with me? Why you can't just go stay with them? He like, man, we not even there yet. Like, I got a job interview. I'm finna get this job. I'm finna be doing forklift, so I'm be getting this bag, and I pay you to stay here. I pay you to stay here, and I help you take care of everything you need to take care of. And I'm like, it sounded good, y'all. It sounded good at the time. I'm like, okay, cool. I was like, all right. So he stayed or whatever. So the next day, I'm looking at the girl on Snapchat. She doing the most. She's showing that little text messages and all kinds of stuff. So me and her going back and forth. I'm at work looking at these messages and all this stuff. I'm talking to her. We going back and forth. She calling me all kinds of stuff, delusional and slow. I'm calling her the same stuff because why is he staying with me if he not my man? You know what I'm saying? Like, what? We wasn't together for real, but he said I'm always his, so hell, he always mine. You feel what I'm saying? So we going back and forth, and I'm at work like stressed out, crying, all types of stuff, not really being present at work like I was supposed to. I'm in the bathroom hiding, trying to be on my phone and all this stuff. So I get off work. He had made me some breakfast, y'all. He was being real sweet, and he was just kissing all on me, loving all on me, just being real sweet. Had rang me some bath water and everything. And he was just being real sweet. He laying in bed, rubbing my feet, rubbing my body down, loving on me. And then, of course, we did what we did. So everything, it just seemed like whatever. He had got his check right. He finally replaced my phone. So I put on this little outfit, the outfit that I told y'all I had bought, right? So I'm finna go to work. He like, oh, you doing too much. Like, who you trying to go to work looking good for? Oh, you think you bad and all this stuff. And I'm like, no, I don't think that. I know that I am. And I'm pretty sure everybody at work think that. So, like, what are you saying? He was like, man, you trying to wear all this makeup and all this stuff. I'm like, all the girls that you talk to are wearing the same thing. So, what's the problem with me wearing it? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the issue? So, he like, nah, and then you gonna be texting him on the phone that I bought. I said, you know what? I don't even want the phone. So I breaks the phone. I didn't care about the phone. I was just like, I don't even want the phone. So I broke the phone or whatever. So he's mad, y'all. Just keep driving me to work. I got my wallet in my hand. It was nothing for me to buy another phone. I was waiting on him to replace the phone. But since he wanted to talk out that mess, I broke the phone. I didn't care about it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't care. So I had my little handheld. You know how you have a little wristlet wallet? I had it on my wrist or whatever. While he snatches my wallet off my wrist, my kids are all in the back seat. We on the way to work. We ain't going to McDonald's. We in Henry County and all this stuff. So he snatches my wristlet off my wrist. And he holding it like this so I can reach for him. Y'all, this man hit me in my damn mouth. And I kid you not, I had a white shirt on. He hits me in my mouth, and my mouth is like leaking. I had blood stain on my shirt, and I had to go to work like that. I'm at work, and I'm like I'm telling them what went on. I'm crying and all this stuff, and they like, just take as much time as you need. Just pull yourself together, go to the bathroom, pull yourself together. So that's what I did. I pulled myself together to get through my shift. My lip was a little bit, I had like a cut on the inside of my lip from my tooth. I guess from my lip hitting my tooth when he hit me. I don't know. I'm messaging him on the computer. I'm like, I'm sorry I broke the phone. I didn't mean to break the phone. I know you spent your money to buy me that phone. I really appreciated what you did. You know, I'm apologizing. Because he put his hands on me after that. I felt like it was my fault, y'all. I really did. So, I'm apologizing. And then he comes to pick me up from work. The kids was in the car in the backseat sleep. So, he put his hand on my lap. And he just rubbing my knee. And he like, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you. I love you so much. I never do it again. I don't know why I put my hands on you. I apologize. I made you some food. So when you get home, I just want you to take you a shower and relax. And I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to take care of you. And I was at work. He had cooked some dinner. So I was eating that because the leftovers, he had warmed it up. The pork chops taste so good with a busted lip. The pork chops taste so good with that busted lip. And I was just, you know, in love all over again. So, at this time, this had to be around June. So, 4 days later, it was another fight. My plug, my homeboy, he texted me. He was like, what you doing? So, I guess he saw the message and he wanted to go through my phone. But I didn't want him to go through my phone. So, because our text messages could look like we was talking, we had something going on, because we was friends too. We'd be texting while we at work. What aisle you on? Where you at? So we could chop it up real quick. Work is boring, you know what I'm saying? We pick. I'm a lead, so I ain't got nothing to do but just check on the people that work us anyway. So anywho, I put the phone behind the headboard, like on the floor, underneath the bed type thing. So he looking for my phone. He like, you hid your phone? I know you effing with these folks. And I'm like, I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing nothing. I promise you I'm not. So he starts breaking all my stuff. He broke my vanity. He broke my mirror. He broke so much stuff. I had like damages all in the walls and everything. So he's beating on me. I'm running out the room. My kids was in their room. I told them to go in their room and stay in their room and don't come out. I'm crying and stuff. Go in the room, stay in the room, don't come out. So I go into the living room because I was finna leave, y'all. I was finna leave. I wasn't even thinking about my kids. I wasn't even thinking about nothing but saving myself. I'm not gonna hold y'all. At that time, I was not no good mom. So I'm in the living room. He stops me. He was like, he picks up my living room table and was like, God, knock your out with this. Knock us out with this. So somebody starts knocking on the door. It's like, Forest Park police. So he's like, go in the bathroom and don't come out. I got this, I'm gonna take care of it. I got this, I'm gonna take care of it. So I go in the bathroom and I'm in there crying. Y'all, I just wanted my grandma so bad. I was just crying. And I was just sitting on the floor and I'm crying and I'm crying and I'm shaking and I'm scared. And I felt like he was gonna just kill me, y'all. I just felt he was just gonna just keep hitting me with that table until I just could not, until I was just gone. Like, he literally just, I don't know who that person was standing in front of me. Something is seriously wrong with this man, y'all. Something is seriously wrong with him. So I'm in the bathroom and they was talking. I hear them talking to him. They was like, is anybody else here? He was like, no, ain't nobody here. They was like, sir, are you sure nobody else is here? He was like, yeah, there's somebody else here. And they was like, where's the other person? So he tells them, I'm in the bathroom. So they come in there. I'm balled up, y'all. I'm balled up. I'm in the bathroom. Don't want to say nothing. I'm crying. I'm crying and I'm crying and I'm crying. And I'm finna get emotional because I can't believe I even like was in that situation. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in there crying, y'all. And I'm scared. And they talking to me and I was scared to even talk to them. I was so shook up. Like, I ain't never seen him do nothing the way he just did. Like, he done beat on me before, but that particular time I ain't never seen anything like that before in my life. So I was scared to even tell them what happened. I was just like, no, we was moving furniture. And something fell. And they asked me, ma'am, are you sure? Ma'am, are you sure? And I'm like, no, I don't know. So they like, ma'am, are you sure? Ma'am, are you sure? And I'm sitting there and I'm scared to even tell them, y'all. So I'm like, he was like, ma'am, I see you got scratches and you got cuts on you. Are you okay? Did he do anything? So I'm like, no, he didn't do anything. No, he didn't do anything. No, he was like, ma'am, you can tell us if he's hurting you. You need to let us know. So I started telling him everything. And I didn't have a phone to call the police because remember, I broke the phone that he gave me. So I didn't have a phone to call the police. Why am I crying, y'all? What the fuck? Let me pull it together, y'all. Hold on, let me pull it together. In that moment, I was just so thankful to still be alive and thankful that I had a neighbor who called the police. You know what I'm saying? Because I did not have a phone. I did not have a way. So they was like, ma'am, tell us everything that happened. So I tell them everything that he did, everything that he was saying to me. He was saying he was going to kill me, all kinds of stuff. And he told me that, I told him that he said for me to stay in the bathroom and don't come out. He was going to take care of everything. So I stayed in the bathroom and I didn't come out. So they was like, ma'am, we're going to take him to jail. Don't worry, we're going to take him to jail. And I'm like, y'all going to take him to jail? No, I need him. No, I need him. Short on my, short this amount on my rent. I need him. I'm crying. That's it, because they're finna lock him up even after what he did to me, y'all. That is the biggest sign of abuse. That is the biggest sign of abuse. And shortly after that, that following Monday, I had got me another phone that same day. So I went and got my TPO, and this was in Clayton County, so they had the best victim advocacy. They was checking up on me, make sure I was good, telling me all the resources I had and all this stuff. One day I'm driving. I had dropped my kids off to go to work. I'm driving and I just started panicking. I could not breathe. I could not think. I just really wanted to just drive into traffic. Like something was just telling me drive into the traffic. I'm at the four-way stop. Something just told me just drive my car into the traffic. Just go. Just drive your car. So I called my mom and I'm like, Mom, I'm having these thoughts. I just want to kill myself. I don't know. I just feel, I keep hearing this voice saying, kill you, just go into the traffic, drive yourself into the traffic. And I was trying to control myself not to do it, y'all. And I was just panicking and crying and panicking. And my mom was like, just come to my house and I'm gonna take you to the hospital. So we went to the hospital and they gave me, I told them everything that happened with me and they put me on Xans or whatever. So I started having panic attacks after that, y'all. And I went home, right? And I go upstairs. And on my refrigerator, I had those little ABC magnets or whatever. Why come it said his name? It was like such and such was here. When I tell y'all, I had a whole nother panic attack and the medicine wasn't working. I had to call my mama so she can calm me down. I always had to call my mama to calm me down during my panic attacks. And I was just crying and scared. And I felt like he was going to come in here and kill me. I was just so scared, y'all. I was just so scared. And she helped me get through that, y'all. But I was going through panic attacks for like 6 months. 6 months after that, I went through panic attacks, and I had to like literally get myself together. It was so bad to a point where my homegirl wanted me to go to a house party with her. So I went to the house party, y'all. I didn't drink. I didn't even get to even anything, y'all. I'm sitting there, and I'm just sitting there, and it was 2 dudes sitting next to me. I didn't know these dudes, but they sit next to me, and they was like, "Are you gonna pass your around?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not passing it." But as they talking to me, and I just started feeling my heart doing this little thing, and I'm like, I want to go home. He drove my car there, but she was driving, and I was like, I'm ready to go. So I'm walking to the front. It was a luau party, so we in the back. So I'm walking towards the front, y'all. I didn't even make it to the car. I just passed out. I just completely passed out, and I could hear them. But I was just out of it. But I could hear them saying like, "She on drugs? She okay? What's wrong with her? Is she okay? Is she on drugs?" So literally, domestic violence can cause a lot of mental illnesses. It can cause a lot of problems. I had to literally learn coping mechanisms to get myself through that rough passage of my life, y'all. I literally had to learn so much in order to get myself through that. And that was in 2018. So shortly after that, my whole life just started like spiraling downhill. I had the TPO. He wasn't supposed to be contacting me. I had to go to court for the TPO. So I go to court for the TPO. He in jail still. So I'm in court for the TPO, and I'm like dreading having to even see him, y'all. Having to even see him and go on the stand and let them know I was scared for my life. I was scared to tell them everything that happened. So he in jail. So I'm sitting there, and I see them bring him in, and they finna call me up. So I'm up there, and I'm telling him everything that happened or whatever. And he in handcuffs or whatever. So he looking at me, and I'm trying not to make eye contact with him, but I kept looking at him. They didn't allow him to speak or anything or say anything, but he was just looking at me with this particular look. I still couldn't make it out. And I remember him asking if he could go to the restroom, but they couldn't have the door closed, but I could see like a mirror. I could see him in the bathroom, not necessarily using the bathroom, but I could see him. Why come he in there throwing up? He in there throwing up. And I'm just like, I just felt bad for him. I really felt bad for him. And I was just like, he needs to get the proper, I don't want him around my kids or around me until he goes to a batterer's intervention course. He needs to get some help. He needs some help. He really needs help. I just kept stressing that he needs help. So they made him go to a batterer intervention course. I guess his family bonded him out. I didn't have nothing to do with that, but they kept trying to contact me, and I was not speaking to them at all. So we left off in August 2018, right? So after August 2018, my life started going like downhill. Basically, I was working whatever, and I started having like car troubles. Like my car, I had a Dodge Caliber. When I tell you I'm riding, I'm like, Kyrie boo boo. And they're like, no, he ain't boo-boo. And I'm like, he had to smell like rotten eggs. So my car started smelling like rotten eggs and stuff. And I don't know what was wrong with it. I'm still battling my anxiety. I'm trying to get through it. I'm just really just picking up hours, as much hours as I can during the week, so I can just, as soon as I get my money, I'm good. If I got money, I'm straight. I don't worry about no problems or man troubles. And it was getting close to be holiday season, so I worked at Lazadica. So when it's holiday season, they start mandating weekends, which was mandated overtime for me because I work Monday to Friday. So I'm like trying to figure out how I can get a babysitter, because when my baby daddy when I had TPO against him, I ain't had no babysitter Like, he was barely a babysitter, but he had just started trying, you know, he had just started helping me with the kids or whatever. So now I had to get back into the swing of things. My auntie, she started being real busy on the weekend. She was dating or whatever. My mama, she was doing her thing. My dad, they was doing their thing. I ain't had no babysitter, so some days I couldn't go. So I had to catch a point here and there. So whenever I was going to work, it started being drama at work, y'all. My boyfriend, the plug. I mean, not my boyfriend, y'all. My best friend, the plug. Everybody kept thinking he was my boyfriend. And they were saying that the girl who was over me, they was saying that she liked him. And then she was talking about me because I was talking to him. But I wasn't talking to him like that. We was just cool. But everybody was saying we was messing around. And I'm just like, bro, it's just inevitable. If we couldn't get, we just was trying not to talk to each other while we was at work at all. We would just talk to each other outside work. That's how bad it got. So, my car started messing up. So I was like, oh, I'm finna try to get me another car. Y'all, I had a 660 credit score. I'm finna just get me another car. I'm finna go to Nissan. So I went to Nissan to get me another car, right? And I'm still, you know, I'm Christmas shopping as well. And I went to Nissan to get me another car. So I'm sitting in there and it's fine. Tall, chocolate man walks up to me. He's like, hey, can I help you? And I'm like, yeah. He was talking to me. He was asking me what kind of car I was looking for. And he was like, oh, I got the perfect car for you. So he found me a 2019 Nissan Sentra. So I'm like, oh, that's nice or whatever. So we did the test drive and I wanted it. He was like, how much you trying to put down? I was like, honestly, I ain't trying to put down no more than $700. So he was like, oh, okay, let me see what I could do. So goes to the back to talk to accounting, right? So he comes back. He's like, can you do $1,100? I was like, yeah, I probably could make that happen or whatever. So I was like, I only can give you 7 today. So this was November, right? So I give him the 700. I signed paperwork. He gives me the keys. So I had to come back that following Friday. I think this was Wednesday when I went up there. So I had to come back that following Friday and pay the remainder $400. So mind y'all, I initially told him I only wanted to pay $7, right? So I really didn't have it to be paying that, and I was still trying to buy Christmas stuff. So Friday come, he had got my number or whatever. He started flirting with me and stuff, right? So he got my number. He texted me. He was like, hey, what you doing? What you up to? How you doing? How you liking your car? You look good in that. That suits you. All this extra. So he was like, he wanted to take me out. I'm telling him like, you know, I have to work or whatever. But I might can make something happen. So y'all, my little hopeless romantic self, I goes on a date with him the next day, which was Thursday. I met him after I dropped my kids off or whatever at my auntie house. I met him at this little Jamaican spot. He was Jam Rock. I don't know if people from Riverdale watching this, but y'all know I'm talking about Jam Rock. So I went to Jam Rock with him, and we eating on my way to work or whatever. And I had like maybe like an hour and a half to spare, so I'm sitting there chopping it up with him. He was cool. He seemed pretty nice or whatever. I really didn't like what he had. He didn't have on a suit and all that stuff, so he really wasn't looking how he was looking when he had on his suit and tie and all that stuff. He was looking so good with the suit and tie. I don't know what somebody do with a suit and a tie, but anyway, he wasn't looking all that good to me. So I'm just like, okay, I gotta go to work. So I go to work. He was like, make sure you bring the money. He was like, can you bring it in cash or whatever? I was like, yeah, I can bring it in cash, no problem. We went on that one little date, and boom, Friday come. So before I had woke up early or whatever, I had to be to work at 6:30 p.m. So I woke up early, went to Union City, and paid. I had got cash or whatever, and I paid him $600. I was like, I'm gonna just go ahead and put down $200 for my car note, and I'm gonna pay the $400 that he wanted. So I gave him $600, right? So he goes to the back and he's like, your receipt inside. He was like, here go your folder with all your paperwork. Welcome to Nissan. Here go your keys, and here go your sticker or whatever. And congratulations. Shook my hand, and I went on about my day. And I just put the paperwork. I didn't look. I just put the paperwork inside the glove compartment, and I go to work and just living regular life. So So I had done went to work or whatever, and same old drama. I'm not talking to the girl ahead up above me because it's drama. So this is like holiday time, so it's like mandated where we doing getting incentive money, all kinds of stuff. So I'm getting a bag. I was making like $2,000 a week type thing. No, I'm lying. I was making like maybe like 16 a week or whatever. So you know, when you make more, you spend more type thing and pay bills or whatever. So I'm just like, all right, I make that money back. So I'm trying to get as much money as I can. So I'm working, and then I had to work on a Saturday, but my auntie couldn't watch the kids, so I had to got another point, right? It began to be like around Christmas time, so I done got all the Christmas toys out the way. I done spent all the money that I could on Christmas stuff, decorated in the house, got the tree, all this stuff, and got the Christmas toys, bought the stockings, all that stuff, right? So B reached out to me. He was like, you know, I have a TPO, no contact order, right? But he still reached out to me. So me, with this big heart that I have, I answer the phone, and I'm like, hello. He like, yeah, how you doing? And I'm like, I'm good. How you doing? He was like, I'm all right. I'm straight. Doing the best I can or whatever. So I'm like, okay. He was like, how the kids doing? So I'm like, they doing good. He was like, I want to see my kids for Christmas. And I was like, you want to come pick him up or something? He said he had something he had to do and he wasn't going to be able to have the car that long, but he'll just stop by or whatever. So I was like, I was afraid to say no, to be quite honest with y'all. So I was just like, okay, all right. So Christmas came. Mind y'all, I'm off the whole week. Like my job that I was working at, they do it where you can be off the whole week because they shut down the building. You can come into work, but they only give you like a little bit of hours or whatever. But I was like, I'm just gonna stay home. I have my PTO. I'm cool. I'm chilling with the kids. You know what I'm saying? So boom, Christmas come. He come over. He just came seeing the kids, and he went on by his day. It was like that one scene where he was like, I'm coming to pick up my son. I see you next week. It was like one of those. So I want to say a day later or maybe 2 days later, I'm laying in the bed chilling, had done just, you know, I'm just chilling. Oh, I had done started smoking like crazy as well. After all that had happened before, I'm somehow blowing it down, y'all. So anywho, I'm in the bed chilling. Then I get a phone call, and it's Nissan calling me. He's like, hey, Miss Jennings, how you doing? How you enjoying your Nissan Sentra? And I'm like, oh, I love it. I love the car. It's driving good. He's okay. When do you plan on paying the remaining balance of $400? And I'm like, $400? I already paid y'all that. He was like, who did you pay it with? I said I paid it with Dennis. He's, maybe I need to contact him. He was like, okay. Let me check with the county and I'll give you a call right back. And actually, can you hold one moment? So he put me on hold, and I'm texting Dennis. I'm like, what you doing? He like, hey, I ain't talking to you in a minute. How you doing? Or whatever. I'm like, what are you doing? He was like, nothing. On the road or whatever. So I'm like, oh, okay. So then the man comes back and he's like, no, we don't have any record of you making a payment of $400. We just show you made the $700 payment on such and such date. And I'm like, hold on. I went in downstairs and I looked in the folder. He was like, do you have your receipt for your payment? And so I go look in the glove compartment. Ain't no receipt in there. He done gave me a folder with regular paperwork. Ain't no receipt. So I'm like, hold on one second. I'm going to call him. Just don't say anything. I'm just going to call him and see what he says or whatever. So I call him on three-way, right? Trying to be slick. So I'm like, hey, Dennis, how you doing? He was like, I'm pretty good. How you doing? I ain't talked to you in a minute. And I'm like, right, it's been a while. I have a quick question. So you know that's the $600 payment that I made? What, where's the receipt for it? Because I looked in my folder and I don't see the receipt. He was like, yeah, the payment that you made, you should have your receipt inside the folder. I was like, no, it's not inside of the folder. And they're saying they don't show, you know, any record of the payment. He was like, hold on, I'm going to call them and I'll call you right back. So he hangs up. I was like, hello, sir. Did you hear what he said? He was like, hello, Miss Jennings. Yeah, I heard everything. So you made the payment with Dennis? And I was like, yeah. He was like, he doesn't work here anymore. He said he was going to truck driving school, and we haven't seen him in a while. Truck driving school. So I'm like, huh? So I was like, so what are y'all gonna do? Because I paid him $600. I paid him $200 for my upcoming payment, and I also paid him $400 for the remaining balance. So what happened to my money? Like, y'all can run the cameras back. I made the payment at the circle table, same way I did, and he took the photo. He brought me the photo out, and he gave me the keys and the little sticker thing, and I left. So what happened to my money? So he was like, let me talk to the accountant and I'll give you a call back. So he calls me back. He's like, you're going to have to, he was like, I talked to our general manager, and I'll tell you what we can do. If you can give us the, just pay us the $400, we'll just break even. So rent was coming up. It's finna be January. I done went shopping. I done bought me some stuff. I done bought some stuff for the house. I done bought the kids extra Christmas stuff because I ran that bag up. I was ready to pay my rent. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right. I ain't had time for the shenanigans. I paid them the money over the phone, and we was cool. Then I paid the rest of my car note, and I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to be late on my rent, right? What could have hurt? It's just 1 month. I paid in February. That's what I'm thinking. So I called the leasing office. Y'all probably like, what does God do with anything? But I'm getting somewhere, I'm gonna tell you. So I called the leasing office. I leave a voicemail message, let them know I'm gonna make my payment in February, and asking if I could do, like, you know, good faith or whatever. So I was telling them I was gonna make a double payment in February, right? So I received notification that my rent was late in January, when it was like 3 days late. So I was like, I ain't worried about that. And I called again, left another voicemail. Never got a return back, nothing. So I'm working. I had got real sick, y'all. And I was at work. I'm drinking Alka-Seltzer cold, the flu at work. I'm taking Halls. I'm taking sinus medication. I'm just trying to take medicine to medicate myself while I'm at work. So I'm just like, oh, I don't feel good. I don't know if I can make it, y'all. I don't know if I can make it. I'm telling everybody on the floor. They're like, you don't look good. You don't look good. So I go to assistant supervisor that worked in another department. They stated that you can go to any supervisor, any assistant supervisor or supervisor, and check your points. So I checked my points with her. She tells me that I have 4 points. You have to have 9 in order to be terminated, right? She told me I have 4, and I see it with my own eyes, right? So I was like, okay, I'm gonna call out tomorrow. So I had got ready to call out. So I went home early that night, and I called out the following day. So I'm not feeling good. I had started feeling a little bit better or whatever, and I was just medicating myself, getting myself back together and all this stuff. And I was getting ready to go get me something to eat, some Chick-fil-A, the little tortilla soup, because Chick-fil-A was around the corner. So I go outside. I'm finna get in my car, and I hear somebody say, hey. So I look, and it's Rapper Bay. He was like, you still mad at me? You still ain't fooling with me? You still ain't fooling with me? And I'm like, no, I'm not mad at you. I never was mad at you. I just had some stuff going on. So I walk over to him. He was like, you look good. And I was like, you look good. What you got going on? He was like, yeah, I just got signed. You gonna let me take care of you? You gonna let me take care of you? And I was like, sure. Yes, because I was going through some stuff. So I'm like, yes, you can take care of me. You can take care of me. He was like, all right, you gonna let me take you out? I was like, when you want to take me out? He was like, shoot, when you free? I was like, we can do something tonight if you want to. So he was like, all right, bet. Put your number in my phone. So I put my number in his phone. And he went on by his day. And I went and got in my car and I got my Chick-fil-A. Bars. I I go to work the next day, right? And this was a Thursday. I worked a full shift, feeling good, feeling great, doing what I gotta do, you know, whatever. Then I go to work the Friday. They pulled me in the office and they're like, so we want to talk to you about your points. I'm like, what about my points? It's like, yeah, you know you were at 9 points, right? And you called out. And I said, how am I at 9 when I just checked my points on Wednesday and I was at 4? And they're looking puzzled, like, who told you that? So I tell them who told me, and they pull her in the opposite. She tells them that she told me that, right? And they still terminated me. I just felt so set up and so played, and I was so upset, and I was so angry, and I just wanted to cry. Everybody thought I was finna go and find a girl and beat her up, but I just went and I got my stuff out my locker. I went and got all my snacks off my little pay card, and I just took my butt home because I was finna fight that. I said I'm gonna go to HR on Monday and I'm gonna fight it because they got me messed up. So my best friend, he hit me up. He like, where you at? I was like, they just fired me or whatever. He was like, dang, that's crazy. They firing everybody around here. They firing everybody. And I was like, yeah, I heard they was trying to get rid of lead positions anyway. So I'm not worried about it. I'm gonna fight it. I'm gonna come back up there Monday. I'm gonna get my job back. I wasn't worried. So I was worried. I was crying I was crying, y'all. I was crying. So I go home. I didn't even go pick my kids, but I just went home and I told my auntie I'll come get them the next day. I'll come pick them up Saturday morning. So I went home and I'm just trying to pull myself together, trying to figure out my next move and all this stuff. Because I'm like, I'm already behind. I'm just going to pay my rent in February. So what I'm finna do? And I'm just looking for a job. I'm putting in applications. And I'm just chilling. And then Rapper Bay texts me. He like, what you doing? I was like, nothing. Where you been? Because you was supposed to take me out. Thank y'all for getting me to 100K. I ain't never thought I was gonna get here, but I knew I was gonna get here, but I ain't know when. But I appreciate y'all for getting me there. I love y'all. It's really hard to get on here. It's not hard for me to talk about my past because I'm healed, but it is like hard to get up every day and just talk about it. Like I'm reliving this moment with y'all. That's why it's so easy for y'all to be able to visualize what I'm saying, because I'm reliving the moment with y'all. Y'all understand? So if I get emotional, it's not because I'm still hurt. It's not because I'm still damaged. It's just because I can't believe I overcame that experience in my life. I can't believe I overcame that past just because I was somewhere where I didn't even see the light out of. Like, what he said? What he said? And from the bottom, I came from a place where you don't make it out, okay? That's me. I'm look at it, okay? But nah, for real. All right, let's begin. All right, before I begin, I just want to say thank y'all so much. Y'all don't even know, like, y'all got look at my smile. Y'all got me grinning. I'm so thankful for y'all, and I thank y'all for letting me tell my story, and I thank y'all for listening, and I thank y'all for not judging me. I thank y'all for being encouraging and keeping me going and really, really supporting me, because for so long, I kept this to myself. I told myself a long time ago, right, I ain't gonna expose this because we got the same kids. But you know, and your whole team know, I've been sparing your, for real. But nah, thank y'all. All right, let's begin. Okay, so I was texting Rapper Bae. It's a piece of hair on me. I'm texting Rapper Bae and he like, what you doing? I'm texting him and I'm like, what you mean? What am I doing? Where you at? We were supposed to be going out. I thought you was taking me out. So what's up? He was like, I had got tied up in the studio or whatever. So he was like that he was finna be on his way home and he wanted to see me. I'm like, shoot, pull up then. Pull up. So he comes over or whatever, and I'm just asking him. I'm trying to, like, you know, So I'm like, where your girlfriend at? Because I'm just trying to see. So he like, shoot, she wanted me to come pick her up, but I just came over here and I'm just gonna get her after I leave from over here or whatever. I was like, oh, okay, how you been? He's like, I've been good, just been recording and stuff, just got signed or whatever. And I was like, I'm so proud of you. I didn't even know you was a, I'm telling him I didn't know he was a rapper or anything, because I really didn't know. I'm telling him, like, I told him I had a boyfriend at the time and I really wasn't trying to be cheating, and I didn't want to, like, start off on that foot with him, like, where he my side. I didn't want him to be my side. I wasn't, if we was gonna be together, you're gonna have to be mine for real, or whatever. And he was like, I respect that or whatever, but you gonna let me take care of you? And I was like, yeah, I mean, yeah, if you want to. I don't really need nobody to take care of me. You know, and dang on well, I just got fired, okay? So, but I'm just, you know, being humble, like, nah, you don't really got to, but if you want to, yeah, you can or whatever. He was like, man, take them off. So y'all know what went down. And he hit me with the mayo packet, y'all. And yes, bareback. Nah, I ain't learned my lesson. Would you have? Because the girl was trying to get the meal ticket out of the hood. I was trying to get that baby up. And listen, don't judge me. Judge me. Okay? So we chilling afterwards. We laid up. And I let him do some things for me. And it was so god dang good. Buzzing. It was buzzing. Listen. Okay. But nah, let me get serious. So yeah, we did what we did or whatever. And he went to get his girlfriend. And he went on by his day. I proceeded to fill out an application. Trying to figure out what I'm gonna do next. The next morning, I went to get my kids and I came back to the house. We just chilling, whatever. I'm steady trying to find another job. I'm looking for an apartment as well. I'm like, okay, I got some money stashed away for this apartment, but I could just go get me another one, right? So I'm like, shoot, I'm just gonna try to find me another apartment. So Monday come, I'm sitting there like, all right, back to life, back to reality. What I'm gonna do, y'all? So in order for me to go to HR on Monday, like I had said I was to myself, I needed a babysitter. So I called my auntie. She said she had to take my cousin for a doctor's appointment. My dad was busy. My mom was busy. Everybody works or whatever. So I didn't have no babysitter. So my only option I had was to call baby daddy. So I called baby daddy. And I'm like, hey, look, I know we ain't supposed to be talking or whatever, but I really need you to watch the kids. You just can't be on that weird stuff. We know we ain't supposed to be around each other because you know what can happen. So he was like, man, ain't nobody gonna be on that. You gonna have to come get me though, because ain't nobody here. So I'm like, all right. So I go to pick him up. I just got my 2 kids. I got Cameron, she's 3, getting ready to turn 4, and then I had Kyrie, he was 2. And me gonna pick him up. So we talking. He like, hey, you remember you had told me you was talking to bruh? And I'm like, who is bruh? He was like, the rapper. And I'm like, yeah, what about it? So he's like, so you was for real, huh? I was like, why you say that? Why would I lie? He was like, oh, you was for real, huh? And I'm just like, why you say that? He was like, oh, because chick had showed me, oh, I can't say the name. I'm gonna have to take that out. Because he was saying his homeboy name, who he was staying with at the time, had showed him a picture, and it had my apartments. And it showed he stayed across the street, but he was taking a picture in front of his apartment or whatever. So I'm like, yeah, why would I lie? He was like, see, you be doing too much. Thought I be talking about right there, you just be doing too much. And I'm like, what you bringing this up for? What they got to do with you? He was just like, nah, I ain't mad. I ain't tripping or nothing, but I didn't know you was for real or whatever. And I'm just like, yeah, it ain't nothing serious though. But I mean, what they got to do with you? And we laughing. I'm laughing about it. He laughed a little bit too or whatever. So I dropped him off at my house with the kids. I go to HR and I'm talking to them, trying to appeal the decision, because I feel like it was like I felt like it was harassment going on, and I felt like it was some kind of retaliation going on. And I had been going to HR on them because I felt like I was being nitpicked on. So it just didn't seem promising. I'm just like, bro, I'm just gonna have to go get me another job at this point. So that's what I did. I went looking for another job. And got back to the apartment. And we just chopping it up, chilling on some regular, like kicking it, you know. And just regular on some friend stuff. So I get ready to go take him, drop him back off. He was like, hey, I like this. And I was like, you like what? He was like, I like when we can just be cool. You know, I just like when we just cool, like, and you just used to be doing too much and you just seem like you real cool or whatever. I was like, nah, I always been cool. That'd be you. So he gets out the car. And I go back to my apartment and my daughter gets off the bus or whatever, and I'm helping her with homework, doing regular stuff. So I'm looking for an apartment. I put in an application to find another apartment or whatever. I thought I had found me another apartment, rather. It was not the best looking apartment, like, but it was, I mean, hey, it was cheaper. So I needed him again. Okay, so I goes to pick him up so I can go do this application because I had to go to the place in person, right? So he gets in the car, he gives me a hug. I'm like, what's up? He like, oh, let me stop if I make your rapper bae mad or whatever. He's saying the boy name, but I'm just saying if I make rapper bae mad. I'm like, you so dang on funny. And then it dawns on me that I don't have a birth certificate for one of my kids. So we go back to my apartment and we all go upstairs because I don't know where I put it at. So I'm trying to locate the birth certificate or whatever. So as I'm looking for it, he's steady talking about this dude. I'm like, why are you so pressed about this dude when you got all these girls you be messing with? Like, stop worrying about what I'm doing. Worry about your own stuff. So he gets upset. And I'm like, why are you so pressed about... He like, man, you be doing too much. You always trying to talk to this dude, talk to that dude. You need to just learn how to be by yourself or whatever. And I'm just like, no, you need to learn how to be by yourself. Every time I look around, you jumping from female to female to female, then always trying to make your way back here. Like, it ain't finna go down like that. I'm just telling him how I feel or whatever. So, and I was like, I'm not finna keep allowing you to be doing all the stuff that you be doing. Like, you really be having me messed up. I'm sitting here talking to him, taking up for myself. So he starts to get real hostile, real mad. And I said, you know what? I'm not finna deal with this. So I get me and my kids and we get in the car. As I'm getting in the car, you need to go to them classes. You need to make sure that you're going to them classes because you need some help. You need some help. So I'm getting in the car. He like, nah, I beat your, da, da, da. Talking all this mess, y'all. Talking all this mess. And I get in the car. I'm driving. I done made it out the neighborhood and like literally like out the neighborhood, but right in front of my building. Why this man jumped on my hood? This man jumped on the hood of my car, like for nothing. Just jumped on the hood of my car and then rolled off. He told me, just run his motherfucking ass. I'll be done with it. Just squish me like a little bug. But I didn't do it. He told me, oh, you hit me. He in the road told me, oh, you hit me. I'm yelling out the window, ain't nobody hit you, and I back up. So I'm bagging up. I'm bagging up down the road. He's sitting there limping, y'all, limping. I felt bad, so I'm rolling down the road, and I just started coming back up. I'm like, get in the car, man. Let me go get you. Let me take you to CVS. So we go to CVS. I get him a little ankle thing, and I went and got some French toast, some eggs, and some breakfast stuff. Cause I was like, God, dog, I didn't hit him though. He jumped on the car. Like he literally jumped on the car to convince me that I hit him with the car. Still gone. Still gone. So we go back to my apartment. I done bandaged him up. I done told him to roll one. Boom. I got the brioche bread. Then cut it up all nice. So I got my little French toast mix going. Got my eggs mixed up with the cheese. And they're just, you know, regular. I had told him to roll. We just chilling, vibing, whatever. Not on some like, oh, we trying to get back together, but just chilling, regular. So we here. Forest Park police. So I open up the door. I'm trying to take the paper out of her hand. She puts her hand on the door and was like, it's a with possession. With a possession? So she's like, yeah, I give you like 30 minutes to get some items, but we gotta put your stuff out. And I'm like, I never got an eviction notice. This is my first one, so how is it with a possession? She was like, I don't know, but somebody named, she said my daddy first and last name. She was like, somebody named signed off on it. So you telling me my daddy signed off on this? Why would he do that? So I'm like panicking. I'm hyperventilating. I'm crying. And then he come up behind me. He like, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be all right. I'm sitting there, like in shock because you said my daddy signed off on the writ of possession. He would never do that. Like that hurt my heart. When I tell you that hurt my heart, that hurt my heart. And at the moment, I'm just like angry. Like, why would you even do this? I didn't even go to court or anything. I didn't get no eviction before that. This was the only thing I ever got. This one eviction right here, it was straight with possession. How? Just how? So I'm sitting there getting my belongings or whatever. I'm getting all my personal belongings, getting the kids some stuff, getting me some stuff, getting our personal documents that I might need, you know, to get food stamps or whatever, because I wasn't getting food stamps, but I know I needed some. So anywho, I'm trying to get all my stuff together, and I'm also like calling the public storage, trying to get a U-Haul. So they're putting my stuff outside, and I'm like, oh my God, how am I gonna get a U-Haul truck and my stuff is out here? Somebody gonna steal my TVs. I stayed in the hood, y'all. So I go knock on my neighbor door. And I'm crying, y'all. I'm bawling. So I'm like, I'm getting put out my apartment. Can you watch my stuff? I'll go get a truck real quick. He like, yeah, I got you. Don't worry, I got you or whatever. Like, thank you so much. So he watching my stuff. And we go get the U-Haul truck. And I went to go get the U-Haul truck and got me a storage. I paid for that. So yeah, I went and did all that. And he driving the truck back to the apartment. I'm driving my car, whatever, with the kids. And I'm like, oh my God, we gotta hurry up and get this stuff on the truck before Cash get off the bus. So we're loading the truck up. He like, don't worry, I got you. You ain't gotta do it. You gotta do nothing. Just stay in the car with the kids or whatever. So he loading the truck up. He was able to get the truck loaded before she got off the bus. She gets off the bus, and I'm walking with her to the car or whatever. She's like, we finna go somewhere, mommy? I was like, nah, baby. We gotta go. You know, we gotta take our stuff to the store. She was like, why we gotta take our stuff to the storage? We moving, mommy? And I'm like, nah, baby, I don't know where we going, honestly. And I'm trying to fight my tears, y'all. So we go to the storage. He putting everything in the storage or whatever. And I'm calling my mama or whatever, trying to see if I can come stay at her house. So I'm talking to her, and it's starting to rain, y'all. And I'm like, Mom, it's raining outside. I don't have nowhere to go. I just got put out of my apartment. She was like, they didn't give you no eviction? And I'm like, no, they didn't give me eviction. They just put me out my apartment. She was like, that's against the fucking law. That's against the fucking law. And she's like, I don't really have time to talk right now. So she got off the phone, and then I called my sister. So I called her, and I'm like, hey, sis, I'm telling her what's going on or whatever. She was like, yeah, you can come stay with me. I was like, she was like, you're going to have to get you an air mattress or something now. I was like, okay, I'm going to go to Walmart and I'm going to get me an air mattress. So we go, you know, he's putting the stuff inside the storage or whatever. He's done, and we go to Walmart. She stayed all the way on the north side of Atlanta. So I'm driving up there. He's still with me or whatever. So we driving up there to the north side of Atlanta. And he like, look, I got a job. I'm gonna make sure y'all straight. You ain't gotta worry about nothing. I'm gonna make sure y'all straight. I got you. I'm just like, you know, I'm crying. I'm really not caring about what he's talking about. I'm just trying to figure out what I got going on. So I'm like, I gotta go do my unemployment, and I need to get some food stamps. That's all I'm thinking. I need to get some food stamps so I could be able to pay for my sister to stay at her house. So I go get me an air mattress. I had a nice air mattress. That thing had a headboard on it. Listen, that thing had a headboard. I had the bougie air mattress, okay? Me and my 3 kids. And then I had to get my daughter re-enrolled. I had to get my daughter registered for school or whatever. Y'all, it was just so much. Oh my God, it was just so much. So I'm at my sister's house or whatever. They're welcoming and everything. So it was cool. But he had my car, y'all. So we get to my sister's house. He has my car. He like, look, I ain't got no way to get home or whatever. I was like, you could just take my car or whatever, because I ain't need it for nothing. He left or whatever. I go to use the bathroom, and to top it all off, my cycle came on. All that stress, my cycle came. So I started texting rapper bae, and I'm like, hey, what you doing? He was like, what's up? And I was like, well, I'm not pregnant, I got my period or whatever. He was like, oh, all right, how you doing? And I was like, I'm doing good or whatever. He was like, all right. And shoot, that was the last text message I ever got from him. Last thing I ever heard from him, last time I ever seen him was when he came over that day, and that was that on that. Monday came, I had done did my unemployment or whatever online, and then I did my food stamp application online or whatever, but he had came or whatever, and we was just chilling. Like, he was just around, and then he left and went to work in my car. He literally had my car all week, and I didn't have my car until the weekend. Like, he basically took over my car. So this was February, so it's getting close to my daughter's birthday. I'm still waiting on my unemployment to kick in. I done filed my taxes and all this stuff, so I'm waiting on that check to hit. So shoot, it normally hit around like March or something. So he like, hey, I know you going through all that, but let's get a room with the kids, and I'll take y'all somewhere. So my daughter's birthday come, her 4th birthday came, and we go get a room. We took them to an indoor playground, and we took them to Tiny Town as well. And we just like, you know, we just vibing, we kicking it, we thugging it or whatever. So we went and got a room, and he had a bottle. And the kids were asleep. It had like a little curtain in the room. It had a curtain. We slid that curtain. We slid that curtain. I'm gonna find out the name of the hotel, y'all. But we slid that little curtain right there. And yeah, we slid that curtain. That's all I want to say. And then he hit me with the, I can't. He hit me with that again, y'all. So the next day come, and we went to the breakfast in the morning, because they had like a little international breakfast. So we went to the breakfast in the morning. Then after that, we went somewhere with the kids. I forgot where we went, don't ask me. But then shortly after that, it was time to check out of the room. So I dropped him off at where he belonged at, and then I went back to my sister's house, and I just started like, oh, I miss him. I had so much fun with him. Oh my God, this could work. Nah, then I'm thinking like, nah, I ain't even trying to rock like that. We cool as friends. We good as friends. I'm back. So I was sitting there battling, you know, my brain and my heart. So my brain was like, nah, sis, don't do that. So we was still like, he was still checking on us, checking on the kids or whatever. I had my car, and I guess he was going to work like he was supposed to be or whatever. I don't know what he had going on. But he was telling me about, I know we was around each other, girls was texting his phone and stuff, but that wasn't my business, because I wasn't dealing with him like that. You know what I'm saying? So I had got a letter on my Gateway portal saying that I needed to go for an appointment coming soon. So the appointment was like 3 weeks out. So I had text him. I was like, you want to go with me to this appointment or whatever, when it was that time, right? So them little 3 weeks passed. It's that time to go to the appointment. My cycle supposed to come on, right? I'm getting ready to leave out the door. I go to the bathroom. I see a little spot, and I was like, oh, yes. Okay. So I packed me some pads, my little purse or whatever. And then I went to go pick him up. We go to Clay County, the Department of Labor or whatever. We sitting in there. We in there for a long time. We was in there for a long time. My daughter, my oldest child, that's in school, she was at school. My sister was gonna get her off the bus and everything, so I wasn't worrying about that part. So we in there, and we just waiting. We in there for like 2-3 hours, and I'm like, I gotta go to the bathroom. I go to the bathroom. I wipe tissue whiter than the shit supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm like telling him, I go back out there and sit in the waiting area. And I'm like, hey, bro, I think you got me again. He was like, all right, stop playing, bro. And I was like, no, I'm dead serious. I think you got me again. You always doing this. Why do you always, like, why I can't get pregnant by somebody? I told you that I wanted to have my last child with my husband, somebody that really cared about me, somebody that really loved me, somebody that really want to be with me, somebody that is really going to work with. I was saving my 4th child for my husband. I told you this. He like, man, stop playing. Yeah, it's going to come. It's going to come. I'm like, all right. So after we leave the food stamp office or whatever, he asking me, can he borrow my car or whatever? I'm like, I guess, but what you need it for? He was like, so I can go to work or whatever, because they acting real crazy, they acting real funny over there with the car and all this stuff. It's been a lot of weird stuff going on. So I'm just like, all right, man, just drop me and the kids off he dropped me and the kids off at my sister's house. So then he calls me. He like, hey, what you gonna do about the baby if you is pregnant? I was like, what you want me to do? He was like, I mean, it's on you. It's whatever you want to do. I'm with whatever you want to do. So I'm like, I'm not trying to have a baby with somebody I'm not in a relationship with, and I'm not trying to be in a relationship with you because you need some help. Like anytime we together, it's too much too much going on. Like I don't have time for that. I don't want to be dealing with that no more. You need to get some help. If you want me, you need to go get some help or whatever. He was like, I start my classes on Friday or whatever. But I ain't really got no way to go. And I'm like, all right, I'll take you to your classes. So, that's what we was on, y'all. We was on some, we wasn't together, but we was trying to see where it could go if I was pregnant. And if he continued to take them classes. So time goes on. I end up taking the pregnancy test like 3 weeks later because my cycle never came. And yeah, I was pregnant. So I was so depressed about this whole pregnancy. Like I ain't want to do nothing. I literally wanted to just give up. So I went to the pregnancy center to see like how far along I was, or to see if I can hear my, hear the heartbeat or whatever it was, or see what options I could have, because I really was contemplating on, a way out of the situation. So I go up there. They pull out that big book again, and they talking to me, but I'm just like, you know what? Just give me the pills. Just sign me up, schedule me for the appointment so I can take the pill. So they're like, okay, you're gonna come on Friday. So y'all, around this time, it's getting closer to my birthday. My birthday is in April, right? I conceived in March. It's around April now. So it's getting closer to be my birthday. So he was like, hey, see if your sister them can keep the kids or whatever so I can take you out for your birthday. I'm like, okay, I'll see what they're doing, but what are we going to do about this baby? What are we going to do? Like, I don't believe in this way out, but I don't want another one. I kept telling him like I didn't want to do that because I knew it's not gonna. I knew it wasn't gonna work. I just knew it wasn't gonna work. I just knew he wasn't gonna do right. I just knew it. Something just told me he wasn't gonna do right. But he was like, man, I want you to have my baby. I'm gonna do right by you. I'm gonna go to the classes. I'm gonna get help. I'm gonna get us straight. I'm gonna get us a place to live. I'm gonna do all this. I'm gonna do all that. Just telling me all this stuff, y'all. So I'm just like, all right, I'll think about it. But I still kept my appointment scheduled for that Friday. So I asked my sister if she can keep the kids. He comes to get me. We go get a room. And he takes me out. So he took me to the city. We went on the Ferris wheel. We went on the carousel ride. We went out to eat. We went back to the hotel. And then we didn't do anything at that moment, but we just was like chilling or whatever. I was like, I want to go out. So we went to the bar, and I got me a little alcoholless drink and just enjoyed the vibe. And it just felt like I ain't even, normally I'm talking about turn up queen. But with him, it's just like I couldn't really be myself. Like I couldn't just, he'll feel like I'm doing too much. If I'm being myself, my natural self, I'm doing too much. So I just was sitting there, like, it just wasn't. And I was like, you ready to go? So he's like, yeah, we can go, whatever. So he painted my toes. He's supposed to get my nails done. He painted my toes. We watched the movie. We fell asleep. And then the next day he took me to get some breakfast. So we went to the Huddle House. But that should be blessing. It'd be good. So we went to the Huddle House. He was like, look, I don't want you to get rid of it. I'm gonna do right by you. You gonna be my girl again? And I'm like, all right, fine. We can see where it go. But I promise you, this is my last time. Like, I promise you, this is my last time trying with you. If it don't work, it just don't work. And I'm not trying ever again. I promise you, I'm not trying ever again. And I'm really, like, meaning what I'm saying, y'all. So he was like, all right, I promise, or whatever. And I'm like, all right. So we started being in a relationship with each other. And he was keeping my car all the time, y'all. So we leaving from the Huddle House. And this number keeps calling his phone. Keep calling his phone. It's the little emoji that goes shh, shh. That emoji. Keep calling his phone. And I'm like, this same number been calling you since I got put out of my apartment, bro. Like, what's up with you? What are you on? He's like, man, Shawty won't leave me alone. She keep bothering me. I just be messing with, because I'm trying to get money up out of her. I'm just trying to get some money up out of her. Ain't even nothing like that. But she just keep calling me. Ain't nobody studying Shawty. Ain't nobody even studying Shawty. Ain't nobody finna keep calling you back. Well, I done seen it happen on my end. But him, ain't nobody finna be calling you back to back to back to back. Well, I don't know. But like I'm saying, ain't nobody finna be calling you back to back to back to back. So I answer the phone. So this girl, I'm not gonna say her name, but this particular girl was saying that she pregnant by him too. She like, oh, he didn't tell you I'm pregnant by him too, whatever, da 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 da. I'm like, if you're pregnant, where's your ultrasound? When is your doctor's appointment? We'll come down there. And go to the doctor's appointment with you. When is your appointment? Where the paperwork at? Where the test at? Let us see something if you're so-called pregnant. She wanted to be pregnant so bad. So I'm just like, you just trying to be pregnant so bad. Like, what's up with you? What's up? Like, where the paperwork at? Where the proof? She's like, I ain't got to be doing all that. I'm pregnant, da da da. And I'm just like, okay, but if you're pregnant, how far along are you? So everything she's saying, the math ain't mathing. The math wasn't mathing, y'all, at all. So he like, see, bro, that's what I'm talking about. Da, 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 da. He thinking I'm on his side, but I'm just being real. The math wasn't mathing, y'all. So she still was calling him. Every time I was around him, she still was calling him. So I'm like, bro, what's her number? I'm finna call her because I need to know something, because you had my car. You be having my car. I don't know what you be doing in my car or what's be going on, but stuff always be moved around every time I get back in my car. So what you doing? So I call her. She telling me everything. I'm like, so if you been, she telling me she been in my car and everything. He done drove down. He done took her back down 2 hours away. He done took her to Muskogee County in my car. In my car. And she's telling me what's inside of my car and everything. And he's still trying to convince me that she lying. How did she just gonna say, oh, it's a red clipboard in your back seat? She's sitting there telling me about a red clipboard that's in my back seat. Who just gonna sit up and just say a random, oh, you have a red clipboard in your back seat? Ain't nobody just finna guess that. Ain't nobody finna just guess that. So I knew he was lying, because that's what he good at. So I'm convincing him that I'm on his side, but the whole time I'm on her side. I'm finna keep talking to Shawty because I want some more information. We finna put the 2 and 2 together and make 4 on his ass. You hear me? That's what we finna do. So we steady talking. Me and her, I was talking about me and her done got like this. Me and her done got like this. To the point where I was just like, bro, you don't gotta be lying to me. If you're pregnant, sis, just let me know. We'll be there for you. I don't have no beef with you. It ain't nothing like, I'm really cool as heck. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing crazy going on, nothing strange going on. You sound like you cool. You just sound like you being, I just felt like the girl was being delusional and slow just like I was. So I wasn't even mad at her because I know how manipulative he is. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like thinking to myself, if I'm finna have this baby, I'm gonna have to deal with what he come with because I got 4 kids with this man. So I ain't got no choice but to deal with what he come with. So I'm just sitting there. All right, so he got another baby on the way. A couple weeks go by, we come to find out that he does not have another baby on the way. And then he starts asking me like, hey, look, you've been taking me to my classes. I think it'll be easier if we just, you know, be together. We can just get a room because it's not working where I'm at. And I know you want to be with me and I want to be with you. So we might as well just get a room or whatever till we can save up and buy us a, you know, a place to live or whatever. So I'm like, all right. So we went to staying in extended stays, y'all. Yes, your girl was in the extendo, okay? So he literally like going to work, leaving me and the kids in the room. The kids was out of school for the summertime at this point. So me and the kids, we just in the room and he going to work or whatever. So he had come back real late. And then he'd be like, oh, look, I'm going to do some bird scooters or whatever. So I'm going to be gone, but I'll be back or whatever. So he'll go leave and do bird scooters. And then he'll come back and I'll be up waiting. Time goes on and I keep noticing the same behaviors where he's coming back late and he got these bird scooters. I'd be like, I need to go get some out of the car. Let me see the keys real quick. It'd be the same amount of scooters in that car every time, y'all. Every time. So something just told me, I need to go up in that phone. So you know what I did? I waited till he came home one day. I mean, till he came to the room, y'all. He came back to the room or whatever. And I'm talking about I was being real sweet to him. I was rubbing on him, loving on him. And I'm talking about I rode that thing like a rodeo. And I'm riding like a rodeo, okay? Until he went to sleep. Soon as he went to sleep, I'm up in that phone. I go up in the phone. He's still talking to He talking to a girl from when he was staying in my apartment from Snapchat. He's talking to some big girl I ain't never seen before. And then he's talking to somebody named Bruce. So I go into the camera roll. He got a video saved of some girl in his phone. So I tap him and I'm like, hey, who is this? So I tap him. I'm like, hey, who is this girl you got saved in your phone? He like, oh, me and Aunt be chilling in the car on break or whatever, and he was showing me some girl he be talking to or whatever. And I guess when he clicked on the picture, it downloaded into my camera roll. I said, so when he clicked on the picture, it downloaded to the camera in your camera roll. Okay. Who is Bruce? He like, Bruce. I don't know nobody by name Bruce. I'm like, it's somebody on your phone named Bruce and you be talking to them quite frequently. Now I'm finna call the number. So I grab his phone again and he snatches it from me. I can't call Bruce. I can't call Bruce to see who Bruce is. So when he took the phone, I just said, okay, bet. I turned my back and I went to sleep. Because I'm not finna let you put your hands on me. I'm not finna argue with you about it. I'm not finna fight you about it because you're going to do what you want to do at this point. So I just said, okay, bet. I turned my back on him and I went to sleep. And he was trying to kiss me on my shoulder and trying to love on me. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm good. Don't fucking touch me. Don't touch me. That's what I said to him. So the next day, he gets up early. I'm finna go do some bird scooters. I'm like, okay, go ahead. So I'm in a room chilling, coming up with a daggone master plan to get myself up out of this situation because now that I'm in this situation worrying about you talking to other females and I'm homeless with my 3 kids, pregnant with another one by you, in a hotel room. So I called my mama up. I'm like, look, Mom, I keep on spending my money on these hotel rooms. Can I just come stay? So my mama said, my mama said she was gonna let me come stay or whatever. And I was like, can we all come stay? She said, yeah, y'all can all come stay, but y'all need to show me that y'all saving up some money and y'all need to be finding somewhere to go and y'all can't stay too long. I said, that's understandable. Okay, thank you, right? So I let a little bit more time go over. I let a little bit more time go by before we even made this move. I just wanted to see how he was moving some more. I'm just sitting there coming up with a master plan on how to get myself out of the situation, because as messed up as the situation was, it was only what I could make it to be. It could have been much worse. If I would have sat there and stayed in that situation, it could have got much worse. But I was coming up with a game plan to get myself up out of that, because I wasn't going to keep going through that. I noticed that every time I was around him and dealt with him, bad stuff kept happening to me. Every time. It never fails. And he continued to do the same thing. So he doing the same things over and over again. So I said, let me go through this phone one more time. So I'm being real nice. I done made him something to eat. You know, extended stays got a whole kitchen in there with pots and pans and all that stuff. So I'm in there whipping in the kitchen, seasoning that chicken, okay? Finger licking. So he come home, he eat. I'm laying up on him. We watching the movie or wherever. The kids don't went to sleep. Shoot, they sleep. So you know what went down. So then as soon as he started, I went through that phone again, and I seen the messages. The name in the phone, the Bruce said, it said a girl name that started with a B, right? I'm not going to say her name, but I'm going to say a name that's similar. It said Brianna, okay? So I'm like, looking through the messages. So the next morning when he woke up, I was just like, who is Brianna? So he like, what you mean, who is Brianna? What you know about a Brianna? I'm like, the Brianna that you got saved is Bruce. Who is Brianna? Oh man, that's this shawty that just keep begging me to come stay with her. She just want me to come stay with her so bad. She just want me to, you know, she said I can come stay with her anytime I want to. And I'm like, oh, okay. You like her or something? He was like, nah, ain't nothing like that. I'm with you. And I'm like, oh, okay. I got another question for you. Why you keep riding around with the same scooters over and over again? You're not bringing in no money. Like, what are you doing with the scooters? It's the same scooters in the car every time. He like, man, I'm picking up. And as I'm talking to him about the bird scooters, right? The shh call. So I answer the phone. I'm like, give me your phone. Hello, put such and such on the phone. Put such and such on the phone. Put our man on the phone. I'm like, put our man on the phone. Who is our man? Thomas, you know who it is. Okay, you sound like you about drunk. But okay, she sounded like she was about drunk or really just feeling herself. She was like, where y'all at? Y'all can see me in the location. We can make this a 2+1 something. I'm just like, bro, I'm pregnant. Like, I ain't trying to do all that. And I'm not even, you really can have him at this point. That's what I'm thinking to myself. But I just hung up the phone. So, a couple days go by. It's time to pay up to extend the stay on the room. Oh, let me tell y'all where we at. In the month of July around this time. So, we goes and, stays with my mama because it started to be too expensive staying in hotels. I'm just spending my unemployment checks for nothing. Really, like literally nothing. So we over there at my mama's house. Me and the kids sleeping on the air mattress. He's sleeping on the floor. And as he's sleeping on the floor, he's sleeping like this. With his cell phone up under his hand. And I just keep noticing him sleeping like that. And I'm like, I know he ain't sleeping on my mama's floor, still doing the same thing. Like, he got me messed up. So I said, say less. I had 2 cell phones, right? I had got me a government phone.